Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott.
October 7th, 2025, Los Angeles, USA. The sun hid behind a wall of clouds yesterday morning, and the city known as Sunshine and Dreams woke up to a nightmare of rain. An atmospheric river, a ribbon-like stream of moist air, swept inland from the ocean, unleashing a torrent of rain over Southern California, a region devastated by wildfires last month. In a short time, a huge volume of water and rain suddenly and uncontrollably collapsed, flooding streets with water and mud. The floodwaters flowed down hillsides into residential areas, threatening homes. Firefighters rushed to help residents, and sirens blared through the city's valleys. Helicopters hovered over Los Angeles as the Pacific Coast Highway, a symbol of California's engineering and beauty, disappeared under the water. The recent California rainstorm was caused by a river of moisture and warm air from the Pacific Ocean colliding with a cold front, meteorologists said. The encounter created conditions that brought rain to Los Angeles County at more than an inch per hour and made the storm unstoppable. Across the city, from the Hollywood Hills to Pasadena, storm drains filled, and the slopes of the Malibu neighborhoods that had been devastated by fires last month were left unimpeded by the flow of water. Within minutes, mudslides and flash floods were pouring down the hills, blocking the Pacific Coast Highway, sending debris tumbling down cliffs and cutting visibility, causing heavy traffic. The first landslide occurred in the Pacific Coast Highway and flooding in the Santa Monica Canyon. Officials immediately issued an emergency flash flood warning. What started as a normal front turned into one of the most destructive storms in California in years. By evening, the flood had engulfed Los Angeles. The Pacific Coast Highway, the main artery between the city and the coast, was a river of brown, muddy water. The powerful current swept boulders, branches, and charred debris down the blackened slopes of Malibu, and the floodwaters cascaded down the sides of canyons. Traffic came to a complete standstill. Within minutes, a fire truck had veered off the highway and plunged into the Pacific Ocean. Witnesses said the ground beneath the truck had completely collapsed, dragging the truck down with it. Moments later, the city was plunged into chaos. Rescue teams rushed to the aid of people in waist-deep water, flashlights and searchlights almost lost in the torrential rain. Helicopters circled the sky, their spotlights reflecting on the crashing waves of water, creating a terrifying and breathtaking image of a natural disaster in Los Angeles. The California Department of Transportation immediately ordered the closure of the Pacific Coast Highway from Santa Monica to the Malibu Pier. The road, which once connected the cliffs and beaches of Malibu, was now a broken, jagged strip of asphalt and rubble and was declared completely unsafe. As the rain continued, two of the city's main roads were blocked, completely cutting off communication between neighborhoods. Los Angeles, a city always known for its fast-paced life, suddenly fell into complete silence. As darkness fell, the storm not only did not abate, but it also spread. What had initially been a disaster along the coast now spread across the entire county. The National Weather Service issued flash flood warnings for Malibu, Pasadena, Sierra Madre, Altadena, and Hollywood Hills, indicating that the storm had affected all of Los Angeles. Winds reached speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers per hour. Power lines were snapped, trees were uprooted, and power lines were downed. Homes were submerged in mud. Cars were stuck in water and local communications were completely cut off. Los Angeles, a city that had always promised sunshine and a carefree life, now seemed more fragile and vulnerable than ever. When the rain stops, a heavy silence falls. But it is not a sign of peace. It is a sign of bewilderment and devastation. The city that was bustling just a few hours ago is now silent and lifeless. From Malibu Beach to Pasadena, neighborhoods have been completely transformed. Busy streets are buried in mud, silt, and broken branches. Cars are submerged, and businesses are silent and dark. A picture of a city brought to its knees by nature. On the beach, bulldozers are carving narrow paths through the rubble and mud. Millions of people in Los Angeles witnessed the unprecedented devastation that the storm left behind. A city once built on light, life, and activity was now buried under a mass of mud, water, and debris. The City of Angels was brought to its knees, its normal rhythm of life disrupted by the torrential downpour. This was not just a regular downpour or storm. It was a stark warning of climate change and the power of nature, showing that our planet no longer waits for humans. This event is an example of the direct impact of extreme weather conditions on urban life and the importance of preparedness and resilience in the face of natural disasters. If you found this video useful and want to learn more about real stories and natural disasters, like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with future videos.